Hello, hello. It's time for Fishing Friends. How's it going, everybody? This is Fishing Friends with Danny and Gina. I'm Danny, and I don't think Gina's going to be joining us tonight. Who knows? She might end up changing her mind. She said she had a pretty rough day at work and wasn't really feeling up to the whole stream thing tonight, so we'll kind of see how it goes. But hey there, Lady Rorschach, and how's it going, Bunny Viper? Great to see you too. Hopefully we get some more people in here soon. But apparently there's a couple other streams going on or whatever, which is cool. Here's my buddy Lazuli, who likes to hop up on my glasses all the time. Yeah, my Wanna Cuddle shirt with the flamboyant cuttlefish on it. It's available at glassboxhero.org under the title Flamboyant Cuddler. There's my cat too. First things first, one of the main things that I want to talk about today is this. Okay, fine, you can just chill up there. Just don't poop on me, please. Gina just wasn't feeling good. She had a rough day at work, she said, so. Thanks, Lady Rorschach. So, if you guys can see, StreamYard made a little update, so now they have these little subtitle things underneath our names, so now I can put Danny, Glassbox Hero, and Fish Cam, Brine Shrimp Tank. Hi Tundra. I think that's pretty cool. But one of the main things I wanted to talk about this week. Yeah, my bird is on my face. Yep. I can't get him to come down. He'll come down for a second and he hops back up and see, he's like, no, this is where I want to be. So he's cool. I guess he's cool up there. Yes, one of the main things that I need to talk about this week is something that I signed up for finally. The Keystone Clash 2023. So make sure you get signed up for it too. It's September 22nd to 24th at the Morgantown, Pennsylvania Holiday Inn Convention Center. You can get signed up by going to KeystoneClash.com. I have the link down in the description. And it's going to be, over 3 days. There's going to be speakers and auctions and aquascaping contests and family and kid event things and lots of fun stuff. All different cool sponsors. It's really cool to listen to all different speakers and stuff too. And it seems to be the thing that everybody's going to this year. The big event of this year is definitely the Triple Crown. And if you're a YouTube person, you have a YouTube channel and you have 500 subscribers, you can actually get a special YouTube ticket to even get into the YouTube room. Yeah, so I'll be going to the Keystone Clash. I know Gina will be going to the Keystone Clash, but I finally got all my I got my ticket. And I booked my hotel room, which I got actually at the hotel room. They did have a special group rate holiday bundle thing. But when I purchased my ticket on Wednesday or Thursday, something like that, I don't remember exactly what day it was. There was only 2 bedrooms available left, so I got the premium room, and there was like one like non-premium room left, and so that was pretty much it. So, yeah, I'm going a day early, just like you. I'm driving though. So yeah, I'm gonna get there on Thursday evening ish, and then we'll do stuff or whatever, and then Friday is when all the fun begins as far as the Keystone Clash. I didn't get the hotel discount, but that's okay. Yeah, the hotel discount was a pretty decent price, but I'm sure there's a lot of cheaper hotels in the area if you wanted to get one. But yeah, definitely if get your ticket to the Keystone Clash and come meet me there if we haven't met already, or even if we have met already. I want to come see you again, especially if we haven't met already. Let's go meet at the Keystone Clash. Lady Rorschach, you can't come? It's not in the cards this year. Yeah, see, I understand. You're not being able to afford certain things. Yeah, that's why I only get like one, real vacation a year. I scheduled 3 different weeks off, but yeah, this is the only like vacation I'm actually doing. First week I have off is the end of February, and going to the doctors and stuff like that, getting new glasses, getting new contacts, getting my teeth all fixed up and stuff, and yeah, I wanted to be in the hotel this year. Going to a different hotel with the Triple Crown, it worked out. It worked out. I have a lot of money. Oh yeah, I definitely got to save up the money. I got to make sure that I have the money available on my credit card and stuff like that. Like everything is booked, but I haven't like paid for anything yet. So, I'm still trying to get my saltwater tank set up and all that as well, and so. And I gotta pay for extra stuff involved with going to eye doctor and all those sorts of things. Snoochie Booch. Well, Gina's not here, but yes, what's up, Snoochie Booch? Yep. Oh, so yeah, at the Clash, you went to the Clash, yeah. I was at some murder motel when I went to the Triple Crown last year, and I mean, it ended up being all right. Like, they did have like a sign over like no pets or anything like that or whatever, but I kind of snuck my fish tank up into my motel room and did all that. But I think the Holiday Inn probably allows pets or something like that too, especially with this fish event thing going on. They're gonna understand a bunch of people bringing in fish tanks and things like that. So, yeah. Well, I got to. I don't think I have. Oh no, I do have that sponge filter going. Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably get like another sponge filter or something here soon to get that like seated up or whatever, so that I can take that with me. Would you use a sponge filter in saltwater like in freshwater tank? Well, that's what I'm doing with this brine shrimp tank. That's just a sponge filter there in the little bitty saltwater tank with the rocks, and yeah, I just keep the lights on. Well, the lights are on a cycle. The blue light is on 24/7. The RGB spectrum, which is kind of more focused on blue still, with a little bit of blue and pink mainly. Quit scratching on my chair, you. Um, Mainly focused on blue and pink. That's on like most of the time, but kind of goes off at some periods of the night, like between like I think like midnight and 7 a.m. midnight and like 7 a.m. or something like that. Are you little crap? Get away. She's getting like stuck up in my Afghan and stuff like that too, as her claws. You little jerk. But yes, and then the whites are on like until like 11:30, 11, and then like come on at like 8 a.m. or something like that. But it's all kind of like a ramp on and ramp off too. But that's why like there's just algae on everything, which is totally fine. You can see I kind of wiped off a little bit, but I wiped it all off last week. This is what has grown back on since last week onto the glass. You can see some areas are still clear, some have kind of grown back up, and then like the rocks themselves. If I'm making like solo here, the rocks are like all covered with like bubbles and all that stuff. But you can see a bunch of the brine shrimps swimming around this time because there's a whole lot more now. And so it's kind of focusing on them more. And then, a lot of the bigger ones are just all over the place. It's really cool. I actually enjoy watching them a lot. And the water itself is like surprisingly clear. Yeah, they're pretty big actually. This is a little I think it's a 5.5 gallon tank. And like the ones just swimming in front of the heater right now, like it's pretty big. What's up, Crypt Keeper? Gina had she told me that she had a pretty rough day at work, so she just wasn't feeling up for the streaming thing tonight, which is totally understandable. I've had those days before where I just didn't feel like streaming. A lot of the times I did end up kind of still streaming, even though I didn't really feel like it, which I don't know. Those streams I ended up just kind of complaining a lot of the time about how I was like, oh, it's just me. But I did give her the link, and I told her, she might change her mind in an hour or something like that, and then decide that she wants to come up. And so it is what it is. If she doesn't come up, it's totally fine. That's cool. I've tried it, but failed because I didn't use a heater or a light. Yeah, that is the main thing when it comes to the brine shrimp. They feed off the algae, and you can do like the spirulina flake, which I did finally get spirulina powder. It's just pure spirulina powder, and I basically just I'll grab a little bit of RO water and a little bitty like sauce cup, a little plastic sauce cup, and add a little bit of the spirulina powder in there, and just kind of mix it around until it's good and mixed into the water, and then I'll just pour that into the tank, and it just kind of goes through, and then I don't know if it kind of settles on the bottom eventually, and that's a lot of what is algae on the bottom, or if that's just from algae growing on the bottom in general. I know a lot of the algae has just been growing on the glass on the bottom because of the way I just keep the light on all the time. But yeah, it's essential, and I actually got the idea from like I just kind of thought about it myself. Like, what would you like? Like, it would be cool to have a brine shrimp culture, and I kind of looked it up, and somebody actually had a video on it where, they just like set up a basic saltwater tank just like this with the sponge filter and a heater, and they just had a light on it, but they just had a lamp, and they just would like move the lamp to different areas to like maximize algae growth on different areas of the glass. Where I just have one of those like Aqueon Opti Bright Plus lights on it at full capacity, like almost 24/7 on all the different things, but the blue is definitely 24/7. I use the light basically the way that you're really not supposed to do it, but I'm intentionally trying to get the algae growth because that's what they feed on. And surprisingly, the algae is growing really, really nicely. I got a really good species of algae that is growing where it's growing nice and compact on the glass. It's basically that same sort of, slime algae that, you get on any sort of like glass tank that you would get anywhere. And so it's actually very easy to clean up if I did want to remove it. I've even when I've been doing water changes with an airline tube, I'll be sucking out the water using the airline tube, and I'll kind of scrape the bottom with the airline tube and kind of swirl it around, and it'll actually, pull the algae off the glass. But I've just been kind of, leaving most of it there and allowing it to just grow back in. And I would say it actually for algae, it looks really nice. It's got a nice green carpet along the bottom, and the brine shrimp go down, and you can see them kind of doing this little like thing where they're like squishing along the bottom and munching away, and then all of a sudden they'll kind of like jump back and they'll start swimming through the water again. It's really kind of cool. Uh, let's see. We've had some George RB3. Hey, how you doing? Um, but yeah, it's essential to have the algae growth to get the growth the algae growth, and then the spirulina flake really does make a difference too. When I actually got the spirulina flake and started adding some of that, that's when I got more adults, because out of the first like group that I had to actually start growing, I only got like three that ended up getting pretty large, and they're still in there. Like the one swimming along the top right now is one of the originals. Um, and I've just been kind of adding uh some more eggs in it here and there. I actually added some more eggs yesterday that should probably be hatching right about now, as far as the 24-hour time window, 18 to 24-hour time window goes. um what kind of rocks did I use? um like the saltwater rocks, the same rocks that are in here that you get from like Petco. So if you go to like Petco and like the rock section, the saltwater area especially, they have like arches, boulders, and like pebbles basically, and it's those are just like some of the pebbles. And my original idea was actually just to use those, like eventually to like scrub all the algae off of them eventually, and just use them as they're seeded very well to help seed this aquarium. I would add those pebbles in amongst the aquascape here, and they would just help like spread bacteria from those areas in theory. Like, I have no proof to say that that's exactly how it would work, but that's in theory what it would do. Um, we also what's up? We got Lunatic Fringe. Hey, how you doing, Chewy? Great to see you. Crypt Keeper Aquatics. B Wizzle is here. B Wizzle Aquatics. Yeah, it's just the those little bitty saltwater, like the little purple saltwater pebbles. Senior Veterans Day post. I wanted to ask you what you did in the Army. I think it's cool. So many veterans. Yeah, I do. I do think it's cool that there are so many veterans in the in the Fish fam as well. Sage P. Lindsay, hey, how's it going? Yeah, the live rock stuff, the purple live rock. It's manufactured. It's not. I didn't like buy live rock. It was the dry rock, but I it's now live rock. But anyway, what I did in the military, I was military police. 31 Bravo in the Army. I was Army National Guard. My mouth is really dry. Hold on a second. Must rehydrate with coffee. So, when I actually was signing up for the military, I got a really good score on the ASVAB, so I was looking through the different jobs, and I was gonna do counterintelligence actually, and it was like a psyops thing, and it was like 91 Bravo actually, but I would have had to have gone to like Indiana or something like that, and I actually decided against that, so I went with like my second choice, which was the military police, because I wanted to stay close to home here in Missouri, and that's the whole reason of joining the National Guard in the first place. Was I was trying to balance the best of both worlds, the civilian life and the military life. Really trying to do that because I wanted to join the military. That's where I felt like my heart was. Like I got a lot of inspiration from my grandfather, and um, a lot of inspiration from my jazz band teacher, who both inspired me in musically and just in life in general, because he just kind of said like he feels like everybody should join the military at some point just so that they can understand what that whole sort of thing is like. But I just wanted to do it. It felt right. But a lot of people wanted me to like go to college. I felt like they're really trying to push me towards college, so I thought I could really do both with the National Guard. But I thought wrong. um, I ended up having like one semester in college, and then they ended up sending me into Iraq and all that stuff too as military police. And so I served in Iraq one time. So that's let me go solo here so I can. There we go. So it's OIF, Operation Iraqi Freedom, 09 to 10, like 2009 to 10. And then down here, I actually got this a lot later, but that's kind of to go with this. When I was in Iraq, I did serve with gamma radiation for to search like vehicles and stuff like that. So it was like gamma radiation. It was like X-rays, but it would use gamma radiation instead to actually like highlight organic material and any like carbon-based stuff to like search for bombs, anything like that. And this thing like a gigantic like belt scanner thing at the airport, but it was like big enough to like scan an entire truck, and it was like this arm that would go and do it. It was actually really really cool. But so that was kind of sorry, this side, it was kind of kind of like my a Celtic biohazard symbol, and like the green skin because like the Hulk, the gamma radiation. Operation Enduring Freedom 0304 Kyrgyzstan. 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 I cannot say that. Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan. I'm making it more difficult than it is. Okay. George was in the Navy. Hand pink waving. StreamYard does not understand emojis at all, except hearts and the laugh or smile. I understand some of them, but didn't get that one at all. I just got a square. Dude, hell, I could not join the military, but I was employed by them a few times. Yep. Actually, a civilian working for the military can make a whole lot more money than the actual people in the military, which is ridiculous. Um, but like when I was there was contractors, working on I don't know, construction or whatever else, and they would, have 3 months there, and then they'd go home for 3 months, and then they'd go back for 3 months, and then they'd go home for 3 months, and they do things like that, and then make $300,000 a year. And it's just how do I get into that? Yeah, tax free overseas too. And yeah, they make $300,000 a year tax free. Even in the military itself, he's right. You can as a low ranking person in the military, you can still come away with a good amount of money after a year if you're responsible with it. like um Me and my roommate were pretty much polar opposites when it came down to it. And part he says, the reason I was able to be so frugal or whatever was because he spent so much money on different things to, have us enjoy our time over there or whatever, which, I mean, I guess from his point of view, I could see how that could be right. But from my point of view, I was totally fine not having an Xbox and a giant big screen TV and all that stuff in my room when I was in Iraq. Um, he just wanted, but since he bought it, hell yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of it. It's there. So yeah, we played a lot of Xbox and stuff like that, and I didn't have to pay a dime on it. It's he bought an Xbox, he bought a big screen TV, he bought a mini fridge, I think, which that was nice. And oh no, there's a mini fridge already in there. That's right. The mini fridge was good, but um, and then but he also bought a motorcycle that he ended up not actually buying in the end. I think he did try to get his money back in that, and all different sort of things where pretty much I did buy a stereo system that I could connect my iPod directly to. It was an iHome or iLove or something like that system. I don't remember what it was called. It was actually called, but it was a stereo that had a 4 CD system, and you could plug your iPod directly into it, and it could connect to the radio, even though there was no good radio to listen to. In Iraq, it was all the stuff that I'm good on. And they're no, I'm kind of kidding though about the radio. I didn't actually search much, but there was some different things. When I was actually riding on the buses and stuff to and from different destinations, there was some things on the radio. It was kind of heavy metal stuff or whatever, and some different sort of things. So there was some good stuff on there actually that was kind of interesting. But um Like so I did that, but mainly the only money that I was really putting towards is I bought my car. Like I was like 19 years old, and I bought like a brand new car right before I was leaving, and I got like what it was like a 5 or 6 year loan, like a standard loan or whatever, But I bought that like I bought it in November. Like I bought it like right around my birthday, and I found out that I was getting ready to go to Iraq in like February, and I ended up going into Iraq and like starting all my training and stuff in like July, and by August of the next year, I by August I was like in Iraq and all that stuff. And so I only owned the car for like 1 year before I was like in actual Iraq. And I told my dad, like, hey, using my power of attorney, like, I want you to take my money and, pay like $500 on every time I get paid. I want you to pay like $500 on the car. And so that, at the end of so I have plenty of money coming in that's still going into my savings, plenty of money that I can still spend while I'm here on, like Burger King and KFC and different little stupid things, and green beans coffee, which is like the worldwide version of Starbucks, basically. Really, really good. Um and So he basically set it up to where I paid almost everything off on my car to where I just had like one check left when I came back home. And so I got to actually, like, walk into the bank with the actual like dollar amount check left to pay off my car in 2 years versus like the 5 or 6 years. So I ended up saving so much money on interest that way. And I still ended up walking away with like I think like I think I had like 25 to 30 grand saved up in my savings account at that point, and I was just a specialist. So I made decent money in that year overall while paying off a car and doing all that stuff. I think I made like 45 to 50 grand that entire year. And so yeah, it was pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. But I went through a lot of bullshit when I was in Iraq too. That I kind of wish I didn't have to go through. And it wasn't so much related to anything with the war. It was more related to my relationship with my own brethren and service members. But I at that time I didn't really know that I was autistic. So eh, there's a lot of different things I just didn't quite understand. I think if I knew everything that I knew now about myself, I never would have even been able to join the military in the first place. Because I'm pretty sure I got sleep apnea, which you know I'm fine. Like I don't have to use like a one of those sleep pap machine things or whatever. GBP, well, I'm proud to call you my grandpa. Any plans for another parody? Um, I have several plans for more parodies. Monster Fish Gal, hey, what's up? I have several plans for more parodies. I've just been kind of I don't know what it is. Skull Aquatics, what's up? I, I just haven't been I just haven't been in the mood to like get down and edit a video. I've been talking. Okay. Is she single? Because then you could be my dad. How's that? I'm kidding, though. I don't know what she looks like. If she looks like you, I don't know if I could do that. I don't want kids that look like Stan Lee. Um, but yeah, as far as plans for another, yeah, I have a parody that's done. I've had the song recorded for a while. Gosh, I've already listened to it, 100 times to just, make sure I don't want to go back and edit anything, which I've kind of wanted to go back and fix a few little things, but it is what it is. Shut up, Danny. But I mean, hey, if you got kids that are younger than 33, like, then that doesn't necessarily mean that your kids are that young. Big deal. Plus, maybe you had kids when you were old. Nano Aquarium guy, what's up? But yeah, this song's been done for like ever, and I kind of started editing the video, and I was just like, I don't know, like I wasn't happy with the clips that I got. I guess, like, I don't know, like when I filmed it and I like watched the replay of the clips, like I felt happy with them then, but then when I actually went in to like start editing, like I wasn't happy with the clips anymore. Like I don't know, like I'm just like I'm edited I'm edited out of when it comes to like editing videos and stuff like that. Like I just haven't been in the mood to like go back into it. I thought about doing it today, going and finishing it. I just been having a hard time like getting in the mood for it, but uh I do need to finish that because when it comes down to it, I over this this vacation that I have set up, I'm planning to like film and make a video on like getting the saltwater tank set up because I'm gonna be like drilling the glass and building a sump and stuff at that point, and I still need to like get all the PVC and stuff that I need for that, and I got the overflow to get the water back to get the water into the sump, um, and I have a pump to potentially get the water from the sump back into the tank, but I didn't think about getting it an outflow for the water to go back into the tank. So I still need to like order one of those, figure out if I want to drill that or just get one that goes over and clips onto the side or something or hangs on the side. Monster Fish Gal has 5 kids. I did not know that. That's awesome. Good for you, Lori. I love big families. I came from a big family. I've always kind of wanted to have a big family, even though I don't think I could afford a big family. But I think if I actually found the right like person or whatever, like to actually start a family with, like I would like try to find like I would do whatever needed to be done when it comes down to it. But like I also am not about like any sort of extravagant lifestyle or anything like that. But yeah, I got one parody song that's like done that I just need to finish editing the video. And then I've been working on a song for um, the Amazing Diver Man. Um, he wanted to commission me for a theme song for him that's like parody based. So I've been kind of working on that too. And Lady Rorschach also kind of more or less reached out through chat here. Um, well, yes, on the bottom through chat that she wants me to make like to help her make like a parody based theme song as well. So I'll be working on that. But I've always had, kind of some more ideas as far as some other parody songs. But these, a few of my other ideas, like, they're more or less just going to like write themselves. So I just haven't like done it yet because I'm trying to like kind of challenge myself to make some other ones before I kind of just, sit back and make the easy ones. Cuz I mean, man, some of the ones I come up with are just like or that other people have like helped me come up with is like once you get the title just based like from the song to the parody song. Once you get that title, like it's like, oh man, those lyrics are just gonna write themselves. And there's other songs that the lyrics are kind of a challenge, and I like the ones where the lyrics are a little bit more of a challenge, and like or where I like can challenge myself in some different way. And honestly, I think with this most recent parody song that I had that I've been working on, I think I think I'm honestly just trying to challenge myself with this music video way too much. I'm trying to do too much because I feel like the song itself was too easy to parody, and I'm trying to challenge myself with the video, and I think I set myself up in the wrong way, and I just need to sit down and finish that. But I am the world's best procrastinator. But yes, look at those giant brine shrimp. They are doing very well since I've gotten the spirulina powder. Monster Fish Gal has a granddaughter already. Oh my. Keystone Clash. Hello, Keystone Clash. So, Mr. Keystone Clash, Mr. Mrs. I don't know what you are, Keystone Clash. It's they air. I don't know. Keystone Clash miss. At the beginning of this live stream, I did do a little thing for the. But I will mention it again. Yes, the Keystone Clash is September 22nd through 24th. You can get all the information by going to keystoneclash.com, or I have a link in the description where you can go there and you can get signed up. They got, they had a great discount rate going for the hotel, but I think that's all booked up now. Because when I booked up like this week, I think they only had 2 rooms left, and I got one of those 2 rooms. I need to email you your logo. I did not know I had to email a logo. Okay, I will email you my logo, and as well as I know I had to like email you the link to this live stream too. And then yeah, I'll be all set up for my YouTuber ticket. So they do have a YouTuber ticket special. You have to have 500 subscribers, and you have to, more or less, do a little sponsorship for the Keystone Clash. It's not a big deal, but you got to, mention it, throw them some things, scratch their back for scratching your back, because I'm sure that, YouTube area is going to be pretty darn sweet. And you can get all the Keystone Clash links at fishfam.link/Keystone Clash 2023. Vibes Aquatics is here. Let's get that thumbs up popping, y'all. Yes. Brandon, hello. Let's go, Brandon. But yes, I cannot wait for the Keystone Clash either. I'm super excited to go. I got my ticket. I got my hotel room. I'm going a day early, as is a lot of other people. So I have not checked yet how long my drive is going to be. I mean, I most likely can cut at least an hour off based off the way that I drive, but I also like to add that hour back because of, stops. So pretty much whatever time they say is going to take me to drive there is exactly the time that it takes me to get there, because, I drive fast. It is what it is. Oh, okay. So Monster Fish Gal is going to be there. Crypt Keepers Aquatics is going to be there. Oh my God. So many people are going to be at the Keystone Clash. I'm telling you, this event is going to be popping. I don't know why I said that. That was cringe. That was a little cringe. Yeah. Which even me saying cringe was cringe. God damn. I can't believe I did that. No, it's going to be great. The Clash is going to be awesome. I can't wait to be there. I'm going to be there. Gina's going to be there. Monster Fish Gal's going to be there. Crypt Keepers Aquatics is going to be there. And, even some of the YouTubers that I feel are names that I shall not name are going to be there. It's going to be awesome. There might be some major drama that happens. Who knows? Because, I mean, it's called the Keystone Clash. And there might be some clashes. There's going to be salt water. There's going to be fresh water. There's going to be so much stuff going on. And who knows? Who knows? Everyone go clash that like button. Exactly. It's going to be sweet. And there's going to be, so they have a whole goodie bag thing that you're going to get, a bag full of good stuff. You're going to get a t-shirt. There's going to be all awesome speakers and auctions and, vendors just selling a whole bunch of stuff. You're going to get the chance to meet a whole bunch of cool YouTubers. Who knows who will all be there? Who knows? There's not a lot of events that happen over on the East Coast when it comes to these fishing things, and so the Keystone Clash is a really, really awesome big event that they have just been putting a whole lot of effort in expanding each and every year. And I heard it was absolutely amazing last year. I'm expecting even more from it this year, it's just going to be crazy awesome. I mean, and I've been to a couple different fish events now, and I'm going to tell you, if you've never been to one of these sorts of events, they are just really, really awesome to go to, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if I'm going, what other reason do you need? And, my shirt says "Want to cuddle?" You can get an authentic Danny hug, which I've heard are actually really, really good hugs. So, Mark Sterlson is here. How you doing, Mark? Great to see you. G'day, g'day. For those of you that are joining us kind of a little bit late or maybe wondering where Gina is, she said she had kind of a rough day at work and wasn't really feeling the stream thing. And so I said, I totally get it. It's all good. I sent her the link and anyway, and I said, you might change your mind in an hour or something like that. So who knows? She might still kind of end up joining us a little bit later on. But as for right now, it's just me and my brine shrimp. And my God, look at those guys. You can actually see them tonight because there's just so many of them and they're a lot bigger now. And surprisingly, even though I've been adding like the spirulina flake and all that stuff, like since they're like eating all this stuff in the water column, I guess, or some of it, or maybe the tank is finally at that point where it's like truly fully cycled. Like the water itself is just so clear. Like it's just like so clear, like pristine. Even though there's like the algae built up on the glass, just like man, like it's just so clear. Like which is crazy because I'm trying to get like the green water effect essentially is what I'm trying to do with all the light. But I guess just the brine shrimp swimming around and all that stuff, like they're just cleaning up the water column so well. I should probably add some more spirulina powder, which I'll probably do after the live stream, or maybe I'll do it tomorrow morning instead. I don't know. It doesn't really matter when I do it. Am I? Oh, I didn't see your question, but thanks for asking it again. Am I going to enter any shrimp, fish, or pictures into the show at the Clash? No, no. There's probably no. Because the swordtails they're growing, but in general the swordtails don't grow like as fast as like guppies and things like that. So none of the babies are large enough to where I can see if any of them are actually like males yet. So those would be the only fish that I would potentially go to like show, because one, they came from Rusty Wessel's fish room, and two, I know what the actual species is, and it's like actual like pure species, and it would be like something to actually show. But as far as that goes, like I don't really have any other like fish to show. Like I got I got some Harlequin rasboras that some of them look pretty nice, I guess, but uh yeah, that's about it. Um I don't know if I still have the female uh Australian rainbow. I see the male all the time. The female, for some reason, he always just has seemed to chase the female around, and I honestly have not seen her at all in the last like month, which is just kind of scary or whatever. I don't know, but I mean, I don't know. It's just weird because she like will hide and all that stuff too, and she's pretty tiny. But yeah, he would always just like chase her back into the plants and stuff like that. And so I don't know if she's still here or not. Yeah, you got to run the brine shrimp in the shrimp competition. Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting because I mean, you guys cannot see it, but some of these brine shrimp, I don't know if it's like their sex organs or what, but the large brine shrimp, there's definitely a difference between a couple of them. Some of them look like they have like actual like the only way I can really describe it is like it's like they have baboon butts. Like I see why they call them sea monkeys, because they actually have like it like these like balls that like a bulge that's kind of like an orange and a blue sort of color that looks kind of like the butt of a baboon. And then there's other ones that don't have that, but then like on their head they have like these scoopy hooks that kind of um look like a hammerhead shark, but then it like curls down along the bottom of their body. And so I'm not sure which are the males and which are the females, but I'm just guessing that that's what's going on. And I'm gonna Google um I'm gonna Google images and see if I can find. Okay, okay, there we go, perfect. So this is exactly what I wanted to see. I didn't even have to search like male or female. So they're showing it already. So, bam. I've been seeing this sort of thing going on where one is riding along the back. So there's the guy that has like the hook hammerhead front, and then I guess the female, yeah, that has like the egg sac in the back. Right on. So this is what I've been seeing. So the female has the egg sac. The male has like the hooky front with, I guess, like he carries all of his semen and stuff up by his mouth. And then, when they swim around, they got that sort of thing. But then they'll actually hook onto each other like this. And that's, I guess, how the male will actually, fertilize the eggs in the female. But yeah, I've been seeing all their different growth through this different structure. And it's really, really cool to see. I definitely recommend you actually, give them a try as far as like setting up a little tank for them. Cause it's actually really fun to watch them grow out and, do what they do. And then, once you let them do what they do, you can always just take a net and scoop them all around and feed them to your fish once you're done. And just like Crypt Keeper Aquatic says, and just like Elijah Wood said, do it! Just do it! Sorry if that was excessively loud, but I'm pretty sure like all this stuff like auto adjusts to that. So So yeah, I didn't know you could enter pictures. But that's kind of interesting that you can enter pictures. Huh. I might be able to get a good picture of a brine shrimp potentially. Probably not though. It is so hard to actually get my phone to like focus on them because like the autofocus and all this different stuff. And then if you try to do like the manual focus, like you have to basically pick a spot, and like it's not easy. You think photographing a fish is hard? Try photographing a brine shrimp that is constantly moving. Like it never stops. Aquarium photo show. So is it like of the aquarium or is it of fish? I see. I've done that. I've grabbed like some stills from video, but with the autofocus and stuff too, it's hard to it when like these guys are tiny. It's kind of hard to get it to really pick one out and focus on it because it's constantly when to like switch to the rocks and the background and the sponge filter and the bubbles are going and I'm entering macro photos of my shrimp. Nice, nice. That's really cool. I might do something like that, but probably not. I'm just going for the experience. I like to just go to these things and hang out, and then they end up spending money on fish that I don't need. Stuff like that. But actually, this year, what I'm really trying to do is get this saltwater tank going. And I'm hoping to actually go out and get saltwater stuff, not freshwater stuff. I'm pretty much where I want to be with freshwater. Like I've pretty much done everything that I can do with freshwater in the couple of years that I've done it. Several, well, like 3-4 years now. I've really enjoyed it, but I've kind of gotten a little bit bored with freshwater too because I've just done so much. I literally like went super hardcore with it and just did everything. I did dirted tanks, I did aqua soils, I did aquascaping, I did like little breeding projects and all these different little things. And I guess one of the main things that I haven't done is just like, you know, set up tanks for like super long term. And that's kind of what I'm doing now is just like letting my tanks be and just continuing to do maintenance and just trying to keep like a tank going more long term. And but yeah, in general, I've just kind of gotten a little bit bored with freshwater and I'm trying to dive all into this saltwater, but I'm also wanting to do this right and stuff and build my own sump and do all that. Yeah, I guess I was one. I watched this video that I think it was a KG Tropicals, probably a members only video, but they shared this. It was an Aquashella speech or something like that. I think it was like the freshwater versus saltwater debates, basically between KG Tropicals and this guy that now I cannot remember what his name is. But he also had like passed away not too long ago now. Um, but it really just kind of got me thinking that it's like whether I wanted to admit it or not, I've always been kind of more of a saltwater person than a freshwater person. Like I enjoyed having fish as a kid, but we had fresh water and I enjoyed it a lot, but then kind of got bored with it. And I really always enjoyed going over to my uncle's house and looking at his saltwater tank and always wanted do like, get stuff that was in salt water. And then like I never really kept aquariums as an adult when I was older. As I became an adult, I never kept them, but I was in the military and some different things too. Like I was moving around, so I didn't really have a stable house yet, so I never really had an aquarium. So then, what's up, Surf City Cichlids? How's it going? So then, when I bought my house in September of 2019, I finally had like a stable place that I could actually call my own. That it's like, all right, like let's set up an aquarium. So me and my roommate set up an African cichlid aquarium right here in the back, and then like the rest is history. Like I got a betta fish and all this different sort of stuff, and created a YouTube channel and bred African cichlids and did all different. I did so many different things, and but what really brought my love for the aquarium back was all the aquarium plants and things like that, and the aquascaping. And I thought that was so cool to be able to create this like little nature scape and these jungles and all these different things. And I thought that was so cool to just create this environment for these creatures to swim through and enjoy. And I really loved that, and I still enjoy that, but I don't know, like I went so crazy and I set up so many different tanks to where I kind of set up too many tanks for myself to care for. I went a little bit crazy with the multi-tank syndrome, which I mean, if you're watching me, you've done the same thing most likely, or maybe you still care for all of them, but I've definitely downsized a lot of my tanks and kind of have just been focusing on, you know, my freshwater tanks have been focused on being as simple as possible, to where I don't really have to put a lot of effort into it. I don't have to trim plants a whole lot. Um, I don't have to do, water changes every week. I can, pretty much just do a water change whenever I feel like it, because, the plants do most of the work, and the stock is relatively low based on the tank size. And, you know, they're just like really, really easy maintenance, and, but I've always just kind of wanted to set up a saltwater tank and just have so many different corals and all that stuff. And it's going to be totally different, um, because I'm going more like high tech with this one, where I'm going to like kick myself in the butt to maintain, doing like weekly water changes and stuff like that. Because it's going to be more important to me. Like honestly, um, like I found so many different freshwater fish that I never even knew were like there before through YouTube over this last several years. And I've kept a lot of them. And then I ended up getting rid of a lot of them and stuff like that too. And there's a lot of them that I kind of wanted to keep, like some monster fish, but I don't have the space nor the real will to care for like a monster aquarium to have like, stingrays and things like that. One of these days I do have a dream to like basically turn an entire basement into a massive aquarium, but that would be like for stingrays and things like that. But that's, I don't know, maybe sometime down the road. Probably won't ever happen. But I don't know, like I've always like cuttlefish have just always fascinated me, and I honestly never knew that that was something that you could actually have in an aquarium in your home. I was kind of I kind of misunderstood cuttlefish. Like I don't know why. Like because every video I had ever seen of cuttlefish, they were always hanging out in like reefs and things like that. But for some reason, my brain always told me that cuttlefish were like deeper in the ocean and needed like some sort of like pressurized fish tanks in order to actually like live and things like that. And I don't know why I kept like just telling myself that like these things cannot be, just cared for in your home aquarium. But when it comes to come to find out, when it comes to cephalopods, like cuttlefish are probably some of the easiest to take care of because they're not like the crazy escape artists that like octopus are, where like if you have any sort of minor crack in your tank, even like the size of like a quarter or something like that, that octopus can get out. Um, like cuttlefish don't do that, and they have the cuttle bone inside that is like this big or something like that. So they can't. Well, the ones that I have, the flamboyant ones, their cuttle bone will probably be more like this big. Um, but they won't be able to like squeeze through different things, and they're not necessarily trying to escape like octopus are and stuff like that too. Um, and the main thing with them is just keeping the nitrates and the phosphates, making sure they have clean water. Um, a lot of them can actually be trained to eat prepared foods, or like not prepared necessarily, but like frozen shrimp and stuff like that. With tongs, you can kind of move them around. I've seen several videos of things like that, and it's just be really, 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 really cool. And so, like that's what I'm really, really excited for, is to get this done. Um, but I've just been kind of slacking in some areas, but I've been ordering some different stuff, and like I said, since I'm going kind of like high tech with the salt water and all that, like I'm I'm not like, it's not quite the same as like fresh water where I can just go buy a tank and a filter and a light and all that stuff all at once for like $200 or $300 or whatever, and like aquascape a whole tank and all that stuff and make it look really cool. Like everything is more expensive when it comes to salt water. It really, really is. But uh I'm getting it all. I'm just kind of taking my time with it. And also I'm just being generally more responsible with my money than I was over the last couple of years anyway. Uh I wasn't very responsible through like COVID and stuff like that. Plus, like I kind of had a roommate at the beginning of my house too, and so a lot of my bills, like half of my bills, were basically paid for having a roommate, in a house that I owned. So I was charging him rent for, and I was just paying the mortgage. I was basically charging him rent to pay for all the utilities, and I was just paying my mortgage. And so it was working out pretty good. I was putting a lot of money into these tanks, and now it's like I don't necessarily have as much spare money, but I'm making a lot more money now than I was when I, first moved into the house now too. But yeah, it's all just about balance and trying to do this right, and also just not like rush into it, because I don't want to just set it up too fast and be missing something and just end up with a huge failure. I don't want to fail at this, not at all. Yeah, currently at 18 and planning the next 12. Like, see, yeah, that's crazy. At some point, I think I got up to almost 20 like bodies of water. I wouldn't call them all tanks, but I had like tanks and bowls and like little vases and things like that set up. Just so much stuff. And I've reduced a lot. I think I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, okay, so I got like 6 or 7 tanks that actually have fish in there, and I have some other tanks that are still kind of set up, but they don't have any fish in them currently. So some of them are just they're just still running because I've already like kind of reduced a lot of the fish into different tanks. I've gotten rid of some of the other fish, and those tanks are just still just running because I don't really feel like taking down the tank per se, because then it's just going to be sitting there. Um, so the tank is just kind of set up, still running in case, like, okay, I do go to the Clash or something and I find like this freshwater fish that's just absolutely amazing and I have to have it. I do have a tank set up that I can put it in. Um, and since there's like no fish, I don't necessarily have to do like, water changes on it or anything like that until I get, another fish. Then I can do a water change on it and, put the fish in there. But yeah, I've been kind of just reducing a lot of the tanks that I have because I just don't like having to take care of all these different tanks anymore. I don't have the time to take care of all these different tanks anymore. So that's why I'm focusing on setting up tanks that I don't have to put a whole lot of effort in, but I can still enjoy them. And then I'll put all my efforts into this guy right here. And I've been kind of meaning to show it on a live stream. I was kind of thinking about doing it tonight. And I probably won't do it tonight, but maybe I'll do it next week where I'll show I will show the current status of my 40-gallon breeder and as to why I'm like stuck between a rock and a hard place. Aqua Garden's in. Because my 40-gallon breeder, I'll probably talk more about it next week when I show it, but I just to kind of mention it, like it's just been completely taken over by blackbeard algae. And so the aquascape itself is just like you just can't even see it anymore. It's just just a bunch of blackbeard algae everywhere. And I've tried to kind of get rid of it. I've tried different things and it hasn't worked. The only thing that'll work is if I just go in and tear it all out. And that's going to basically take out all the plants. All of them. And like except maybe like 7 stems or something like that, like all like everything that was like growing on the wood and all the like dwarf sage and everything is just completely covered in blackbeard algae. But on the other hand, like the fish are still happy, and so I haven't wanted to like necessarily do anything about that. But the big thing is I have this gorgeous marble queen pothos that has been growing out of the back of the tank for like 2 years now. And it's just huge and has so many different vines. And it's pretty much like finally at the stage that I imagined it being, where it's starting to basically take over the room and just be this huge pothos plant that I wanted it to be. And so it's like, I don't know what to, I don't quite know exactly what I'm going to do with that pothos, because it's not going to be happy with any sort of move that I do. And because I'm going to have to move it to a different tank, because I plan to tear down that 40-gallon breeder, because Aquascape is just destroyed anyway. And I plan to clean it all up and basically convert that tank into a saltwater tank to breed mollies and shrimp in, to feed the cuttlefish in the future. And so it's like, I'm going to lose that Marble Queen Pothos most likely. Which, it's just kind of sad, because I really, really like it. It's a very, very beautiful plant. And but I do kind of have a plan as to where I can salvage some of it and like potentially move it into something new, because I'm not sure if you guys watched the this video that I saw or not. Um, uh, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not sure if I said hi to Aqua Garden Zen. What's up to you? And a Big Shrimpin'. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Um, but there's this video that Aqua Pros did, um, where he was basically reviewing this Etsy product, and it's called Potho Carry. Um, there we go. I typed it out in chat. Potho Carry. Um, you can look it up on Etsy and stuff like that. They have several different products, several different styles. Um, and I would go like grab mine, but it's not easy to grab right now. But I mean, I can actually look it up and show you guys here on Google. There you go, Apothecary Etsy. Bam. So let me just present this here. I'm just gonna kind of walk you guys through this. They got some good stuff. These are like the basket carry ones. But the main one is, yeah, so you have the basket carry, but this is the one that I got. The Apothecary Plus with this removable holder. So Aqua Pros got these and reviewed it. It just clips right on the side of your tank, and it's got they have different, size ones, whether you have um whether you got the rimmed size, the rimless, or you can even do a custom size, which I'm not sure exactly how that works. But, so there's like the rimless and then the rimmed one, and it's got the removable arm, and basically you can plug up your stems of pothos or whatever else you want in the sections. And then once you got them in there, you can clamp them all in by sliding in the little tray in the front. And it works very, very well. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing no, you guys aren't seeing exactly what I'm showing anyway. Let me present the other screen. There we go. This one. There we go. So this is what I was looking at. So it's got the rimless and the rimmed options. And then you can basically shove the stems and stuff into these different sections and then slide the little tray in front. And then, yep, it just clips right on the side of your tank just like that. And it looks really, really good. I mean, and you can put anything in there. Like, these are like some type of monstera plant. Yeah, you can even just not even have a decoration inside the tank. You can just do all roots. and stuff, but it looks really, really, really good. And so I'm going to use that, and I'm actually going to try to, since I have several different varieties of pothos, I'm going to try to combine a bunch together. So since my favorite is the Marble Queen pothos, I'm going to put like Marble Queen pothos on the two outside holes or spots. And then on the inside, I'm going to put like my regular, like variegated pothos. And then I have a lime green, or it's a neon green pothos uh, in one of the sections as well. And then you can grow all the pothos together and have all the different vines intertwining together. Yep. There's a pothos. You can put bamboo in it. That's a great way to keep your bamboo like above the water level. They do have specific ones for bamboo even. Um, And like I said, I liked the ones with the baskets because that's kind of what I was doing anyway, was just like taking those little aquatic plant baskets and putting um some leca, the aquaponics like clay ball stuff in there, and shoving pothos stems and things in that, and then using wire to just hook it on the side of the tank anyway. So it looks like somebody like designed something using a 3D printer and designed all these different products to, clip plants right on the sides of your tanks. And I ordered myself one, and I'm kind of using it right now in like a vase that I'm kind of trying to grow pink flamingo crypts out in. And I'm using it right now to acclimate a trimming of the neon green pothos into water. So I'm trying to get some water roots into that vase, just basically you hanging on the side right now. And then once I have roots for that, then I'll have, you know, all the different sort of aquatic roots and stuff that I need for all the different pothos, and then I'll be able to, put those on a tank somewhere. But since I do have some tanks that are kind of also more or less empty in my fish room, I kind of plan to, rearrange my fish room too. Um, I'm thinking about rearranging the fish room a little bit and then potentially moving the live stream into my fish room. We'll see about that. I kind of like streaming here on the big screen, but uh, the main goal was actually, to be able to show this tank behind me nicely. But with the big screen, I actually tend to get a pretty bad reflection on that screen. And so I'm going to potentially, I've been thinking about buying like a smaller television, um, or actually just a normal computer monitor, because I do have a desk to where I could actually move this desk into the fish room, kind of rearrange some of those tanks, and I have a pretty nice setup where I can do my streaming back there and actually have a bunch of tanks behind me, and then potentially set up a whole nother screen, just like I have going with this fish cam on the brine shrimp. I can set up a screen specifically just on this tank and just go through all this stuff with the cuttlefish right in front of you guys, and just like have a really nice setup going. But that's just kind of what the future of Glassbox Hero is gonna be. Um, is yeah, cleaning up my fish room and potentially moving the stream in there. But I'm gonna do that over vacation time. Because Yeah, working all week and stuff like that. I just like to relax on my Saturdays, and then Sundays I end up having to run all these errands and stuff. So when I scheduled several different weeks, I got the this week and at the end of February, beginning of May, where I just have a couple doctor's appointments that I got to do. Other than that, I'm gonna be working in my fish room, working on the saltwater tank, working on editing videos. Um, uh, and then I have another vacation set up in May where I'm gonna, get my garden going. I'm gonna get my pond going. Um, like I'm determined to try and get a lot of stuff done this year, and like I'm scheduling the time to actually do it. And I'm just really, really hoping that no, I'm not gonna allow myself to waste that time. I'm not gonna allow myself to waste that vacation time. I'm gonna hold myself accountable, and I'm gonna force myself to get this stuff done in the time that I'm scheduling to get this stuff done. Since I am choosing to be lazy on the weekends. I think you should definitely invest in some from the apothecary. And the person was really nice too. Um, I saw the Aqua Pros video, and then like I went and I purchased some, and then it was like, you know, at the little end section or whatever is like, do you have any like um notes, like order comments or order notes or something like that? And I left a note that said, you know, thanks for, inventing this product. I've been looking for some different sort of, clips and things like that for a while. I've always loved growing pothos and stuff out of tanks. And Aqua Pros shared, a video on YouTube, and this product looked perfect. So, thanks. And, sure enough, like after I placed the order, I got, my confirmation email about the order being placed. And then, like 10 minutes after that, I got another email about a refund. I got like a $5.47 refund. And I'm like, what the hell? And so I read the email, and in the email of the refund, the the inventor, the guy, I can't remember his name, um, said, like, thank you very much, for letting me know where where you heard of me from. Uh, I had no idea Aqua Pros had done this video, and I got such a boost in sales. And so he eventually did end up reaching out to me, but like it was really cool or something like that, to where it was just like, hey, that was really cool. And so like, yeah, I got like a discount um for doing it. I think Aqua Pros actually probably ended up with some sort of like discount code for the apothecary. Um Plus, I mean, that's just such a great name. Like apothecary. It's kind of like an the apothecary, which is like the medical person or whatever, and then it's like pothos, and it carries the pothos, the potho. Like I love it. I've always been a huge fan of play on words, and so like I mean, that's what the whole thing about parodies are too. It's about playing on the words and changing words around. I was making parodies of things as long as I can remember. I do not know how old I was when I came up with it, but like as long as I can remember, like the youngest I could be, I instead of saying macaroni and cheese, like I knew it was macaroni and cheese, and I knew that's what it was supposed to be, but I always said mascachoni and peas. Like I don't know why. I just enjoyed saying things intentionally wrong. and playing with the words and saying things that sounded close to it but were actually not it, and that was just some of the weird little autistic things that I did when I was younger. that like it's just some of the things that I enjoyed doing. Playing with language and playing with numbers and mac and sneeze. Yeah. I can't remember some of the other ones that I did right now. That was the main one that I always did that I can remember. Um, but I still do that same thing now. Just make I find rhymes and things, and that's how I come up with all these different parodies and stuff too. Um, because I'll try to find something that is like really, really close to what is being said, but it's not correct. 36 minutes. Okay, we got like 24 minutes left. I got 19 people here. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Um, I know there's a lot of different live streams and stuff. I don't think I officially said hi to Crown Tail Half Moon. Great to see you, Crown Tail. I love the dad jokes and stuff too. Like my coworkers love me for my dad jokes, but then again, I work with all men, so that that are all older than me, pretty much, except for like one or two guys. So they love the old dad jokes. How is the Brian Shrimp hatchery? I mean, look at it. I think it's doing pretty good. There's a nice carpet of algae on everything that the brine shrimp can feed off of. I've been putting spirulina powder in there um, every so often to feed them a little bit extra, and so they've been doing a lot better since I've been adding the spirulina powder to where you can actually see now that there's several larger ones swimming around now, and even like 1,000 smaller ones. And there's probably some teeny tiny freshly hatched baby brine shrimp swimming around right now too that you guys can't see because I added some eggs about 24 hours ago. There's a funny shirt company that makes almost correct shirts, like Star Trek one that says "Live long and proper." Yeah, and see that's what I'm doing with my shirts too. Like, wanna cuddle? Like the whole thing is a play on words. Like cuddle is spelled intentionally wrong. And my my other shirt that I have, my fish is better than your fish. Like it's so great. And there's this other one that I have kept wanting to do, and it kept glitching out on me, and I finally figured out why I kept getting the glitch is because I was trying to upload too many shirts and different products at once to where I was like literally like locking out the system. But another one that I still need to make is it says it's gonna say introverted but willing to discus fish keeping. So like instead of discuss, it's gonna say discus. And I'm sure some people are gonna be like, "Huh, your shirt's spelled wrong. They spelled disgust wrong." It's like, no, no, it's discus, like the fish, discus fish. Yeah, you're much better than. Oh, Jesus Christ, Crown Tail, stop it. But yeah, speaking of, let me flip the banner here. If you need to get in contact with me, you can get in contact with me through glassboxhero@gmail.com. And If you want to check cool merch, you can go to glassboxhero.org, where all it takes is a tank, some substrate, a few plants, and some gorgeous fish, and you too can be a Glassbox hero. Where you can get your "My Fish is Better Than Your Fish" shirt, or a Glassbox Hero tank top with that one beta on the back. You get a "Wanna Cuddle" t-shirt, "Wanna Cuddle" hoodie, all these different things. "My Fish is Better Than Your Fish" is in a tank top now, and I got all different styles of things. Kids shirts titled "The Flamboyant Cuddler" because it's flamboyant cuddlefish. "My fish is better than your fish." I got "Wanna Cuddle" stickers, Glassbox here stickers, mugs, pillows, lots and lots of cool things. So hey, glassboxhero.org, check it out. Do they even know what disc is, since they say it's spelled out? No, they probably wouldn't know. But that's kind of the whole thing is, willing to discus fish keeping. Um, like, I'm willing to discuss fish keeping and all that. And, but I mean, a lot of people like just wear shirts. Shirts are supposed to be like conversation starters, you know, even nice shirts, with, fancy design on a collared shirt. People are like, hey, I like your shirt. That's so, I love different sayings on shirts. When I was younger, I was really into band t shirts and stuff like that. But I don't know. I've always found like I like the shirts that have, different puns and things on them. Oh yeah, do you have one with a pic of a fish rack labeled "nice rack"? No, I gotta get that going. Yeah, like "nice rack," like fit with the fish rack. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna add that into a rap song whenever I do a parody of a rap song. I'm still thinking about exactly which rap song I want to do. I've been thinking about doing Eminem's "Rap God," doing "Fish God." Um, that's probably the one I'm gonna end up with, just because I feel like a lot of the lyrics will kind of write themselves. But yeah, I'm kind of worried about that super fast rap part. I might have to cheat and just like speed it up. I like the shirts with funny sayings and interesting quotes. I have family that are OTR truckers and have on the one. Let me play you the song of my people, with a hand reaching for the jig break. Nice. Yeah. Nice. What's up, Steph? I did actually say hi to you though. How you doing? I hate stupid people's tank tribe. Well, the real fish fam Christmas, please stand up. See, there's too many syllables. I mean, I don't know. I'm being picky, but like, so Weird Al has this thing where he's always said he will not take like fan suggestions or anybody's suggestions for parody songs. There's only ever one song that he made that exception for, and it was for Madonna. She's the one who said, "So when is Weird Al gonna do Like a Surgeon?" And Weird Al heard that and he's just like, that's actually really good. But and I took a suggestion. I did the duckweed dance for Ballroom Blitz. That was Greg that told me that. I was like, when are you going to do the duckweed dance over Ballroom Blitz? It's like, that's actually a really good idea. And I've gotten a few ideas from some people, but I'm really picky when it comes to my idea, like the ideas that I get from other people and even my own ideas. Like, it has to fit like a certain amount of syllables. It has to like kind of have a little bit of a rhyme to it that actually like sounds like the original lyric. So I couldn't do the real Fish Fam Christmas Please Stand Up because it doesn't flow right. Because it's like, well, the real Slim Shady Please Stand Up. So it has to be like something that sounds close to Slim Shady, or like, okay, so like I only write my songs about fish, but like if I wrote about something else, like the first thing that popped in my head was like, well, the real Tom Brady Please Stand Up. Like, that's something that rhymes and kind of works with it and something like that. So I could write, a parody song about Tom Brady retiring and going back into football and retiring again and all that stuff, and do something about like Swim Shady or Swim Lady. Playing a new game that's still early in access on stream. It's called Timberborn. Timberborn, huh? What's that about? That sounds interesting. Oh, speaking of Steam and stuff like that, though, I pre-ordered that new Harry Potter game that's coming out, Hogwarts Legacy. Though I'm a little aggravated about it because my buddy has the Xbox Series X, and so he pre-ordered it, and he's going to be able to play on Tuesday, um, on February the 6th, because he has the Xbox Series X. Since I have the Xbox One and I pre-ordered the Xbox One version, I won't get to play on my own Xbox until April the 10th or April the 4th or something like that. So I have to wait a whole 2 more months to play on my own system. Now I'll get to play over with him on his system on Fridays and hang out and stuff like that, but yeah, well, the cheat Tom Brady, please. Yeah, there you go. Amateur aquatic addiction. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I do like the Nano aquarium guy. That is a really nice avatar. Really nice. Oh, nice. See, those are kind of fun. You're a beaver, huh? It's like Age of Empires building with beavers. Yeah, those games are kind of fun. Those world building games. Ow, what sucks? Well, we got about 10 minutes left. Scuba Stevo's Aquatics. What's up, bro? So I have mentioned my website and my merch. I mentioned the Keystone Clash several times. I still need to email them my logo and email them the link to this stream where I mentioned them several times. But yep. Yeah, Nana, we're just wanting to know, like, it's really cool. Or did you do it yourself, or did you like pay somebody, or my brine shrimp tank is doing good. I mentioned my plans as far as saltwater and rearranging the fish room. I've kind of thought about even like rearranging this room out here a little bit. Um, I guess I'm gonna have to kind of because I have this bigger cage for my parakeets that I've been meaning to put them both in together. Um, I just have to find the right spot for it. And I guess what it really comes down to is I have to make the right spot for it. So, yeah, I think I like the birds where they are. I just wish that that big cage would fit on top of my bookshelf, but it's too big for the bookshelf. And it has this top that opens up this way to where if I put it on top of the bookshelf, there's absolutely no way I'd be able to reach that, you know, door on the top if I wanted to open the top. So, yeah. But, yeah, I'm going to have to make a spot for that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like get my house together. I don't never have anybody over at the house, so I just don't, and I barely spend any time in my own house anymore too. Especially now that like the pandemic and all stuff is like completely over. Like people aren't. Well, some people are still super scared about it, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm like I work like 50 plus hours a week, and then when when I get off work, like Monday and Tuesday, like a lot of the times Monday or Tuesday, one of those days I go hang out with one friend, and then on like Wednesday and Thursday I go do karaoke, and Friday I hang out with another friend, and then Saturday is like my day to relax and just like sleep to basically gather all the sleep that I missed throughout the entire week. And then Sunday is like uh get all my chores and everything done day. And then it's back to work. Made it on Photoshop. Kept it simple so it only took me 2 hours. I had the idea just a few days ago. I think I spend more time messing with spacing between letters than anything else. Yeah, exactly. Getting that spacing right. But yeah, I like that. That's really nice. Yeah. Look, I'm pulling up your avatar on man, can I make that bigger? Yeah. Let me share that because it looks so cool on the big. Like, you see it bigger. Quality is terrible, but yeah. Oh man, so yeah, that's your own fishbowl with that Moss Mountain sponge filter. Right on. Dude, yeah, you did a really good job with that. And you're only at 465. Bro, hey guys, go subscribe to the Nano Aquarium guy if you haven't done it. Not just because his logo is freaking awesome, but like, I mean, he's the guy. He is the Nano Aquarium guy. He does some amazing aquascapes in these small fish tanks, and like really, really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. There, see, that's a smart thing to do too. You keep the image, and then where you can like delete the bowl and change the bowl if you want. Yeah. See, that's kind of you guys can't really see it. Um, uh, hmm. Wait a second. Maybe if I minimize, can I make myself small? No. Ah, I can't like make myself tiny to show you guys the background. I mean, I'm sure you can if you look at my thumbnails and stuff, like I've basically uh kept the entire like general frame of my thumbnail the same for Fish and Friends the entire time. I've just changed it based off the seasons. So we're still in winter, so we got like the Christmassy, sort of thing going on. Um, but then, when it was back in fall time, we had this one going on. And when the show first started out, I started out in like spring and summertime. So we had this one going on. So, we're still in winter. We're here. I'm going to make another one, um, when springtime comes around, and, but still keep the same sort of design with it. And, and we'll see. But man, Fish and Friends is like, well, actually not Fish and Friends, but like my pretty much my Saturday night live stream, like keeping on this particular schedule, has been almost for a year now. I think I'm not exactly sure when I started with the enter the fishy matrix with um, Fishy Biz, but that went like I think like 12 or 13 episodes. And then now this is episode 29 on this one. So that's, if you're going, every single week for a year, that would be 52. But I missed a few weeks here and there. So I guess we're pretty much almost at the year mark now. Uh I think I started streaming with Fishy Biz like the first week of February, actually. So I think this is like the year mark now. So, okay. All right. I've pretty much had this scheduled for 1 year. And I thank you guys for continuing to watch this. Even though, like, I kind of changed the show up. Um, and like Gina is such a great co-host, man. Like, I'm really kind of sad that she wasn't able to join us tonight. Because I mean, especially since she got those, questions, it's a lot of fun to go through those questions. But hopefully, she got to spend some time with her husband, fiance, husband, boyfriend with Nathan. Got to spend some time with Nathan and just relax and do that and not have to worry about putting on like any sort of certain face for a live stream or anything like that. So yeah, this is a great place to hang out. Well, I'm glad you'd like to hang out. Um, it's I have a lot of fun doing this, and I kind of want to. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep kind of things the way they are, or if I might, end up making like a new little intro thing for season 2 of Fish and Friends. But I don't know. We shall see. One thing I do kind of miss, even though it didn't really work out, was
Dumb customer of the week.
I had a lot of fun making that cutscene, but when it came down to it, like I don't work in like in a pet store anymore, so I don't deal with dumb customers quite like I used to. And Gina now works in a saltwater specialty store. And she doesn't work at Petco anymore, so she doesn't really deal with the same dumb customers that she used to. So I pretty much created that, and we did it like maybe 2 or 3 times, and it just fizzled out. We couldn't think of dumb customers anymore because we weren't dealing with them on like a more or less regular basis. So yeah. I'm glad you laughed at that one. Yeah, that one was a lot of fun. But all right, guys. Speaking of a lot of fun, this whole stream has been a lot of fun. But it's done now. We are at the end. And I gotta say, this one actually went a whole lot better than I thought it was going to. I was kind of like, oh man, without Gina tonight, this stream is gonna suck. But this one was a lot of fun. I got to talk about a lot of different things, and yeah, I'm really excited about kind of the future that I have planned for this channel and all that stuff. So thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you around here on the Fish Fam and all the different streams and things like that. And I hope to catch you guys next week on another episode of Fish and Friends with Danny. And hopefully Gina will actually be with us next week too. So long, everybody. And thanks for the fish.